Hello, my friends. This is Rachel at Guilty Crow Tarot, and we're going to do our full moon reading for this lovely day for April 12th. It's a Saturday. The full moon apparently will be at 8:22 p.m. today. So, I love my books. I'm a lover of books, and I have my Llewellyn's Witch's Date book, and it says today that your color is gray. So it's pretty interesting, although I think it's probably going to rain. So that kind of makes sense, I suppose. And because it's the 12th day, your daily number for today says that leadership and creativity are the key words today. And you'll find that you can easily express yourself through your actions. So thank you, Llewellyn's Witch's Day book. Love that. Always learning something. And to go keep on with the book thing today, I got this with my Hay House subscription to the card decks, and Crystal Banner, she has some oracle spreads. And so I thought this would be a great one because we're going to do the full moon release spread. So let's jump right into that reading and we will see what we need to release this month. So we are going to use the Moonology Messages Oracle this time and the Good Tarot. It's such a pretty one. Colette Baron Reed. I really like this deck. It's very pretty. And as always, we're going to use our archetype cards by Carolyn Miss because I'm so addicted to these now. So our first card is, what is this full moon illuminating that needs to be released? So what are we releasing this full moon? And that's pretty interesting. It's actually, this says love, but it's actually the strength card. And I feel like that is a big card. It could be, enabling other people. It's funny, I just had a conversation with somebody whose mom is enabling their sibling, and it's not doing the kid any favors. We could also be releasing the need to pacify ourselves or other people, and kind of, if you could see this card. The other deck, it shows her like petting the lion and trying to keep everything, status quo and comforting and comfortable for everybody else. So this could be the card of people pleasing. And I feel like this would be a really good full moon to let that go. Maybe stand up for yourself. Don't stroke everybody else's ego. Maybe you're ending a relationship and it's time to put it to rest. Maybe let go of some of those emotions that you have. I have a sense too, if you're grieving, it's time to maybe move through that. Now, grieving is tough, I know, because every day is a different day and some days are better than others, but this might be a time to start giving yourself a break. If you keep revisiting those feelings over and over again, some of us tend to live there. Maybe it's time to step forward and doing some new, fresh activities that will bring you forward in life. As I'm looking at this card, she's definitely laying there with the lion. And so I'm feeling like maybe letting go of constantly sitting around and resting. Maybe it's time to get up and start moving and, go towards that sun in the middle, start going through those pillars there. That's going to take you to the next step. Now, that's interesting because we also pull the Hermit. Let go of looking at the past. Let go of reliving the past. Let go of always searching for that one thing that you always think you're missing. The key that you think that will lead you to this fantastical life. Your life is fantastic right now. Just keep going and keep pushing through. So if you feel like you're stuck in the past or if you're stuck in the rut, this full moon is a great time to release that energy and ask for something fresh and new. And I know that we talked about it in the last one. I really like the shaman way of doing things where you blow into a piece of wood or a match or a matchstick or something like that, or a piece of paper, and then you light it on fire and you let it go. You let that energy go. But before you do that, you really put all of that energy that's stagnant into that piece of paper or into that wood, and you let it flow forward. You just Get it all out of you and let that light on fire and let the universe take care of that energy and send it back to where it needs to be. This is interesting. Another thing you can let go of is moon magic, transformation. So constantly trying to change yourself into something that you think you want to be, really revisit those things and see if that is still something that you want. Now, as I'm looking at the symbol, I love it. It's the triple moon goddess, and you get the maiden, and the crone, right? So if you're having a difficult time uh, aging, you're like, holy cow, I know I'm 50 this year, and I was totally fine with it. I still am. But sometimes you think, oh my God, it's you're not so much in the middle. You're only in the middle if you live to your 100, right? So hopefully I live till I'm 100. But, we're on that other side of the hill. And, you know, maybe you need to let go of worrying about what phase of life you're in and just enjoy where you're at. Let go of always trying to transform yourself into being something more than you are right now. Just remember, especially with this hermit, looking to the past all the time, seeing where did I go wrong, or, woulda, shoulda, coulda. What if I had done that in the past? And this is a good time to ease up on that and kind of just let those transformations happen organically. Let's allow ourselves just to like flow through it as opposed to fighting through it. So, we're going to look now at what inner resources can you call upon to help you let go. And we get the 4 of fire or the 4 of wands. That can be a celebration, it could be a birthday, it could be an anniversary, something where people come together, having fun, enjoying themselves. So, instead of being so introspective maybe during this full moon time, maybe get yourself out there, hang out with friends that you enjoy. You want those positive people in your life. Also, I'm seeing her play her flute, put on some good music, you know that music that we listen to that makes us happy, makes us feel good. That's going to raise your vibration, and it's going to bring you to a whole different place mentally. Letting go of any negative energy or any stagnant energy can really be helped with music. And also, the number 4 makes me think of stability, right? So think of the stability that you have in your life. I know that you're very much supported, spiritually, and you're probably even more supported physically in this world, even if maybe you don't feel like you are. Look around and see, where you are super stable, and really, thank for that and be grateful for that. Now, we also get the Queen of Fire. So I feel like your inner fieriness is going to help you let go. You doing the things that you enjoy, the things that really bring your passion out. Now, I'm looking at this card here and I can see, her heart right there, and putting your heart into everything and really doing some heart-centered work is going to be very beneficial to help you let go of all the things that you need to let go of in this full moon. And I'm a big antlers person. I have antlers tattoos. But anyway, so as I'm looking at her antlers here, that kind of shows me that that's a divine connection. So asking spirit as well to help you if you're missing out on and you're not sure what to let go on, kind of let your divine consciousness. You can even just make the intention of whatever you spirit think that I need to let go of. Please allow me to do that during this full moon. Now, I'm going to pick an archetype that we should be letting go of. This one's great. Hopefully, we never have this attribute, but we pull out thief. So, because it was upright, we're going to look at the light attribute. So, some of your inner resources that you can call upon to help you let go is knowing that you are completely fulfilled. So, the light attribute, it says, sheds light on the potential wealth within you that can never be stolen. So even though you're letting go of things, don't be afraid that the wrong energy will be removed if that's ever a thought. Know that all your powerful, positive attributes inside of you can never be stolen from you. The things that you learn, the things, the life lessons that you've learned, they've all shaped you into who you are right now. Those things can never be taken away from you. So it's interesting because there's another heart on this card here. So this is showing me that the heart of you can never be changed or stolen or changed by other people. Knowing that when we do these full moon exercises where we're releasing that energy and letting go too, like if you've been focusing on things like maybe projects and stuff like that, and you think, oh god, if I don't finish this project, I'm a bad person, or you're putting your pressure on yourself in order to finish those things. Know that that is a time thief, right? you know of your life. So know that even if you don't finish some of this stuff, if you don't want to finish it, if there's a book that you don't like and you don't want to read it, don't finish it, move along. There's no reason that you have to stay with that. So release that energy of feeling that you have to do anything like that. And that will really help you this full moon. All right, I'm making a mess of everything here, but okay. So now we're going to look at what space will this release make room for? And we get the Ace of Earth. So aces are all about seeds, right? This is where the seeds get planted and these new ideas start coming through. And again, we get the antlers. So I feel like once you clear out that negative energy and you maybe meditate a little bit, you make room for better ideas. All those wonderful ideas can come through in the silence of letting go of, the millions of thoughts that are in your head. This Ace of Earth is very grounding. It could mean money, it could be projects, something physical. So I feel like we move out some of this negative energy, and we maybe are more financially prosperous or somehow physically. I always say the pentacles or the earth is things that we can't take with us when we go. So that will leave open some new ideas. And it's interesting because when it says here, it sheds light on the potential wealth within you that could never be stolen. Maybe you have a really great idea that you want to start a little business or some kind of side hustle or something like that. So that's always a possibility, that when you let go of the things that you're only wasting time on because your heart's really not into them, this will open up something completely brand new and will only propel you forward. Now we also get the Four of Pentacles here, the Four of Earth. So I see that as money coming in. Again, with the fours, lots of stability. You could be sitting on this money, your belongings. So it's going to open up a whole new space that way. As I'm sitting here looking, because everything that it makes space for is something, physical, actually like tangible items. Maybe what we also need to do is this full moon is to clean out your house, make some space for some new items coming in. And I look at this with the Hermit here. Maybe you need to get rid of some of the things that you think you love and make some space. Like, yes, we might love that old table, but maybe it's time for a new table right in the kitchen. I definitely feel like it's showing, like, don't have a fear of releasing the stuff, because new stuff is going to be coming right through. Now, let's just pick one more of these moonology messages. Yeah, so interesting, right? We get moon mastery, the law of attraction. So definitely do some clutter clearing, because you got some stuff coming in, or some money, or whatever you've been manifesting. We'll make some space for that. When you get your mind completely in alignment with what you're looking for, with what you want, you're going to thank for it in advance, like we've talked about. You're really sending out that good energy. And so you're definitely making, and this could be, again, an increase in your finances, an increase in your income. You make space for that, law of attraction, where you're really going to get what you're putting out there. You're really starting to reap what you sow. So I actually pulled two cards at the same time. So we're going to just look at both of these here. And we get the Chariot and the Hierophant. Now, it's funny because both of these cards, the the character is standing in between the horses, one dark, one light. The Hierophant is standing, usually between two people. So you're going to be telling me you're going to be dead center. The Chariot, making choices, making good choices, having lots of good ideas, knowing that you're going exactly in the direction that you wanted to. This chariot can sometimes mean a vehicle, if you're looking at like the nitty gritty of the tarot cards. And the Hierophant is also all about either becoming the teacher or the leader or doing things in the quote unquote proper way. She just looks really empowered in this card, I have to tell you. They both do. So I feel like this new space that you make is going to empower you to know that you're going on the right direction, to bring your knowledge forward, because again, the potential wealth within you that can never be stolen, you're already the expert. Bring that out, go forth, you know, take your chariot and run and lead the way. The Hierophant leads the way. So it's going to allow you to feel more like a leader. And let's just pull one of these cards here from the archetypes and see. Ah, I love it. And we get mediator. And so this, because it was pulled upright, is gift for negotiating fairness and strategy in personal and professional life, respect for both sides of an argument. So the mediator is where everybody else, everybody goes to settle all their disputes. This person is wise. They know what they want. They know where they're, what they're doing. It's interesting because it really does remind me of the Hierophant here, where the mediator brings two people together or separates them, but in an even, kind way. We also, where we talked about where we got the Hierophant, where there's two sides, and the Chariot, where there's two sides. I feel like you're going to understand your duality a little bit better as well, because there are such separation, on all of these cards. We see a lot of, two situations here. I feel like you will be the person, that mediator, who is able to bring other people together, especially if there's some strife or there's some difficulty between people in your life right now. You are definitely in charge. You are, you got the reins in your hand. You are connected to spirit and you are being divinely guided, and you know what you want to do. Your higher self is just shooting all the information right inside your head. You know exactly the direction you should go in, and you're able to help other people get there. So this full moon is like super empowering, and I hope you help so many people. I just think that that's so wonderful. Let's just pull one more card. Towards the end of this full moon, what do we need to look at that will carry us into the new moon? And we get intuition. So you're going to be so much smarter after this next couple of weeks with this full moon energy. You're going to be able to trust your intuition. Again, you are just really connected. I think that that's excellent. Get rid of all, do your brain dump, get rid of all the things in your head you don't need. This is an excellent time to know exactly what direction you're going in. Don't sleep on it. Don't keep looking at the past. Time to move forward. And remember when I said in the beginning, we're looking at some organic transformation. Absolutely, because, we can work on different things to get our intuition moving, but it's always just there with us, right? Your intuition, you see it more when you just notice it. It's not necessarily like, again, yes, we can do different activities to keep the intuition, sharp, or learn how to use it or whatever, but it's already there. This is something that nobody can take from you. Going into that full moon, know that, or into that new moon, know that you're really developing your intuition over these next couple of weeks, and you will be well served going into that new moon. All right, guys, I hope that you love the reading. I have a lot to think about with this one. I'm actually take a picture of these cards myself and do a little journaling. I think that that's always a good thing to do for introspection. And then, once the new moon starts, you can take a peek, like how well did this work out for me? What did I learn? Where was I the mediator? If you want, write these down on a notebook every week, and you can start seeing and journaling. Like, when you look at the pictures and stuff, what comes up for you? What are you seeing in the cards? I like when people read with me instead of me just reading at people. So by all means, put your comments down there and let me know how this worked out for you. What do you see in the cards? I love that because I'm always learning from the people that I read for. I definitely don't think I'm the end all be all, because guess what? We all have intuition and we all have something to add. So I'd love to learn from you as well. And all right, guys, if you'll throw a like down there on that video, and I just want to say happy full moon, and I hope you guys all have a great week and everything is relaxing, fruitful, and I hope you make the money that looks like is coming in the cards here. I hope I make the money that the cards coming in the cards here. All right, have a great one, and I will see you guys again tomorrow because tomorrow will be our what's coming up for anxiety during the week.